Good morning, I'm Katherine with your Good Morning Britain headlines here in the West Country. An inquest into the death of a baby boy who died in Bristol Children's Hospital is set to conclude later today.
It was the early hours of last Thursday when the body of a man was discovered in the back of a garden of a property here on Cleve Road in Filton. Today, that man was named as 21-year-old Jamie Collins, a student at the University of the West of England. He was found with multiple stab wounds, and police say he had been in the garden for several hours before his body was discovered. Now, they don't have the luxury that major airlines do to agree on a price. They will just have to pay the market value of fuel when it comes to September. And with fluctuations happening so quickly every single day, they just don't know what that will be. And that can be a really tricky place to be when you're trying to plan for an event in 5 months' time.
You can see there the rear crew member waving at you as the aircraft goes past.
Every year brings financial pressures to events like the Jersey International Air Display. From sponsors tightening their belts and grants harder to come by, events like this are under threat. But this year, it's facing even more hardship than before. This afternoon, 43-year-old Anthony Howells appeared at Swindon Magistrates Court, charged with murder, dangerous driving, driving with no insurance, failing to stop at a road traffic collision and failing to provide a sample. He spoke only to confirm his name and address and is due to appear at Crown Court at a later date. Well, as you can see behind me, there are still fire crews working away. This is a major operation, and if you have a look over there, there are even firefighters on the roof. Now, this is one of Bristol's major hospitals, and therefore this fire has caused huge disruption. We understand that the fire broke out on the roof late afternoon, and people had to be evacuated from the building.
Katherine, have you seen it up close yet?
I have indeed, and it's even more spectacular in person, and in just a moment I'm going to show you. But as you said, it's Glastonbury Day 2, which means that the majority of ticket holders have now made their way through those gates and are on site. And let me tell you, you can definitely feel it. It's getting busier and busier. But where I'm stood right now is the Dragon's Tail, which is a brand new space for Glastonbury 2025. What are the main things that you find quite difficult about being in this home? Does this feel like home to you?
No, it's just somewhere to exist. I'm existing in this bungalow, I'm not living.
Now, do you think Bristol should have more 20-mile-per-hour roads? Well, that's what the council is asking people in the city. The changes would affect around 8% of Bristol's roads, but they account for around 30% of all serious and fatal collisions. Now, this view behind me here is something that you're probably used to seeing. But if you follow me this way, I'm going to take you somewhere else. And this is probably something that you haven't seen before. So if we just go through this walkway here, we are on the stage, and just look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous view? Here in Jersey, graffiti falls under vandalism, which is a criminal offence. And that's why police have said that they are investigating the incident. For now, though, a clean-up does need to take place in order to get the bay looking its best again. And for many people, it's not so much the graffiti that's the problem, but in fact the location of where it is. Within this building, Jeremy really has come full circle. There's something quite special about this room, isn't it? Because although it's where you spend all of your time now, and this is your office now, this was actually your room back when you were detoxing here.
Yeah.
The hustle and bustle of the festive period usually means the busiest time of year for retail. But does that still stand when it comes to bricks and mortar? I've been in Gloucester to find out how the high street has been faring in the run-up to Christmas. This is the site of the original Nibley Festival, where it took place 16 years ago. As it grew, it expanded into the neighbouring fields, and in just a few short weeks, it will transform once again. Good evening. A special church service has been held in memory of the 3 service personnel who died in a Royal Navy helicopter crash in Devon.
And that is it. And we're ready to go.
Great, and then we're going to go for a drive now, aren't we?
Yep, sounds good.
Perfect. For somebody who maybe hasn't driven with the trailer at the back before.
Yeah.
What are the kind of main things or main pieces of advice that you would say to someone?
So things you need to be careful of, make sure you put a number plate on it. Make sure it's road legal.
And a seal pup who was rescued after getting caught in a fishing net has been released back into the wild. The pup, called Hot Cross Bun, was found with deep and wide wounds across his neck by members of the public. After 2 months of recovery, he was released with Churro, his poolmate at the Cornish Seal Sanctuary. It's lovely to see him doing so well. Now let's take a look at the weather with Helen Flint. Georgie, thank you. There's plenty more news from the region on our website, but for now, bye-bye.